Welcome. Good evening. I'm Miss Jill, and this is In the Know. They stuck me with the gentlemen tonight, but thankfully they are some very, very nice gentlemen. So I want to welcome Mr. Joe Ayers again. And hi, Clarence.
What up, Jill? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
How you doing, Jill?
Very good. So as you know, we have been talking about health in September, a variety of different things. Cancer, I think we talked about, what else did we?
We talked about cancer, and tomorrow we're going to talk about men's cancer, and I think the last one of the month we're going to talk about blood pressure.
Blood pressure.
Because that has a lot to do with a lot of our ailments. We don't monitor our blood pressure.
Yeah, and I think we saved that for last on purpose for that very reason, because it does connect to so many health issues and problems. So anyways, that's what we are going to be talking about tomorrow is men's cancer specifically. So I know I kind of want to start out with something that I heard the other day. So when I was doing a little bit of research, I found a site where survivors of cancer were writing things like inspirational things or quotes or something that they made up. So I found something. When you research cancer, you hear all about the deaths. You hear about this is the number 1 killer, this is the number 3 killer. You don't hear a lot about the survival. Mm-hmm. So it made me think, and when we found out you were coming, you hear before, like, you can be a victim of cancer or you can be a survivor of cancer. It's all about the mindset. So I wanted to start out, you've shared your story a little bit. Yes. For those that are not aware, Joe has dealt with this before. What do you think of those words? Did you feel like you were a victim? Or did you, at the beginning, because of course we know you're a survivor.
Yes.
We know you're not a victim. Yes. But did you have that victim mentality when you first heard?
Well, at first, when I first heard, the first thing I felt was fear. Mm-hmm. Because, when you say cancer or the C word, the first thing you think of is death.
Right.
And seeing my mom going through it, she dealt with it for 18 years, so she was a survivor. So I didn't have that guilt at first because I watched my mom go through and I helped her, and at the end of her life. But being a 2-time cancer survivor.
Yep. 2 times?
Yeah, 2 times.
Oh, wow.
Two different cancers. 2 different cancers. One didn't have no cure for it at all, no treatment or nothing, and it's been 10 years now.
Oh wow!
But when the second cancer came out, that's when I was scared, not fear. I was really scared because prostate cancer is different, right? And it's more, I would say, it's more active, right? If you don't take care of it in a timely manner, So that was my feelings on it.
Well, you said something that I actually had written down. If you feed your faith, your fears will starve to death. Yeah. So you've talked a lot about your faith in your journey. Yes. Do you think that is true? Once you started to feed your faith instead of feed your fears, you did start to unravel or starve those fears away. So faith was important.
Yes, you got to be your own active. You got to be your own person when you're dealing with cancer. You got to have that faith in God. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to have the understanding not to waddle in cancer. You got to go to the solution, right? To get the treatment. Because if you stay in that bucket of fear, you're not going to focus on getting the treatment that you need to survive.
Right.
And I think that is, when I think of something like that, a situation, I think of someone being more apt to go and take care of things if they have a good support group. Yeah. If somebody knows what's going on with you, they're going to push you. Have you checked that out yet? Are you going to go? As opposed to somebody who, doesn't have anyone. And the reality is there are a lot of people that do not have somebody in their corner pushing. So absolutely, you don't want to bask in that shock of what am I going to do? You just have to keep moving.
You got to keep going.
Have to keep moving. Yes. Tell us a little bit, going forward from that, we had talked about your the health meeting. Remind me what that's called.
Men Fighting for Health.
Okay, Men Fighting for Health. And I believe it was last week was the most recent.
Yes,
and I know a couple of the gentlemen from our studio were at that event.
Yes.
One of them particularly, Clarence. And I'll say when he came back in, he had so many things to say about that event, all wonderful things. So if we can just kind of do a question and answer and have, Clarence let you know what he saw.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and do that. But he really enjoyed that.
Well, And as we get off on this, I want to make a plea to every man that is watching this, that will watch this, and that's going to continue watching this. Mr. Ayers gives a great platform of men health, and his information is accurate because he has doctors, he has professionals there. It's not anything that you heard or anything. It's actual pure information. It's passionate and it's needed. So I encourage you. It's the second Wednesday of every month. It's at the Impact Center right off of Hezen Castle on Paulding. And come because you're going to get some great information. And the thing that I loved, and I'm going to say this because I said this last week on the show, and I was saying this before we came on air, Mr. Ayers, is that I went as a coverage person. I went to cover your event, to get footage of your event so we can replay it. But no more than 10 minutes into it, I became a participant in what you were doing because you were speaking so many facts and with so much passion. And I didn't know you were a 2-time survivor. I knew you were a 1-time survivor. And your story is so transparent. And I think we don't help a lot of people because a lot of us don't like to tell our stories.
No. They think people being nosy. They don't want people being their business.
Yeah,
It's true.
Yeah. But you're not ashamed of your story, and me and E chuckle because I know this is a timid thing about a lot of men. But you were talking about your prostate cancer and you're recovering from your prostate cancer. But the subject you were talking about was erectile dysfunction, and people don't connect those, or they do, but it's a shame to it. But you spoke with so much passion. How did you find that after coming through what you've been through?
Well, the thing I learned from going through prostate cancer, I try to tell my story to make it fit you. Your story will be different,
right?
But you're going to go through the same situations. Therefore, especially with erectile dysfunction, every man going to go through it, so get ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to know how to handle it because there's so many things out there to help you conquer it.
Right.
You know, and you got to be able to swallow your pride and go and do what you need to do for it. A lot of men don't like talking about that.
Right, true.
You know, but at the same time, you can have diabetes, you can have high blood pressure, you can have kidney failure, so many things that could cause that erectile dysfunction. You just got to be prepared and know what to do when that time comes.
And that's one of the two things you and Dr. Coates did speak about is that it is going to happen to you at some point or the other, but there are ways to treat it. But Dr. Coates, and you spoke on it a little bit, it's not just the physical, it's the psychological or the mental part that messes with a lot of men. And it hurts them because, like you say, it's pride, it's shame, it's a lot of things. But you spoke on, getting past the mental and all of that. How did you as a person process all of that?
Well, it, like she said, my faith. My faith, first of all, and then I knew that I wanted to live life as long as possible and as normal as possible. And one of the things that I pushed myself because I knew I love life.
Right.
And I love my family. So a lot of times people, they don't understand you can't be selfish and not want to do it because if you love your family, you don't want your family to struggle through your stuff. So you got to be strong and stand up right so they can understand I got this. And so what I did, I just took it upon myself. I feel like if I could help others, I'm helping myself. You know what I'm saying? So in the process of doing all this, as I'm doing my men's health meeting, or our men's health meeting, I'm helping myself too, mentally. So that's how I got to it.
Right, and I like how you said that because you sat me down shortly after because I was talking to you, and you said that it's not only a class, it's a support group.
Yes.
And, so tell us about the support group angle of it.
Well, the support group is angle because when we have different, like Dr. Coles and Bill Seidel. Bill Seidel he's been around a long time, and the support group is say, well, if you don't want to talk about it now in the meeting, give me a call. And we could talk. There's a lot of men that calls me and ask me certain things, and I try to give them the best advice. Bill taught me that you cannot tell a person what to do, but you give them a suggestion to give them something to think about. And that's where the support come in at because men, we don't talk about them.
Right.
We don't talk about certain things at all.
Right. And it's funny, like I said, because our health, man, we'll talk about everything in the barbershop from, sports to politics, religion, anything. But we in a barbershop, we're not talking about our health.
Especially erectile dysfunction.
Right.
Man, I'm ashamed. Why did I tell you I'm not working,
There's a lot of pride behind that. We all men. So there's a lot of pride behind it. But at the end of the day, we need to be able to swallow our pride.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing somebody older can help a younger God to understand your health at a certain age.
It changes, man.
It changes, so you got to understand how and when to attack it before it attack you.
Yeah, you know, because a lot of us we think we're gonna be 30 forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But boy, when you hit 50 and 60,
I'm gonna be 30 forever.
Man,
yeah, okay, in your mind.
And I've learned that, you know, because we were talking about the screening, and a lot of us don't get screened because, and the shame is because, you know, it invades an area of us.
The examination.
We don't feel comfortable with that. No. So that's one of the reasons we put it off. But I know they're finding more innovative ways that, you know, they can do it. But it's troubling that we avoid it to the nth degree.
The last minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to a couple of guys, two guys specifically. I'm not going to do the car. I watched our show last week on colon cancer, colon testing, which I thought was very, very great. But I talked to one man, I'm not going to do that, man. No, ain't nobody going to go back there. I'm like, okay, well, you want to die.
Right. True. That's facts.
You know,
facts.
You know,
facts.
You telling me that you don't care about life, you're going to die. So when he went to go get it, you know, then he came back to and said, man, Joe, thanks, man. Because you put some in my head because I'm not ready to die, and I found out I'm okay. Now you can rest easy.
Peace of mind.
Yeah. You can rest easy once you, like you said, you attack it before it attack you.
Yeah.
In our mindset, I'm one of them men. Wait to the last minute.
Yeah.
When I'm almost about to croak.
Yeah.
Before I go to the doctor. So
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't got to the point where my toenail hurt. I'm about to run to the hospital. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going on with your body, and if you don't go get it checked out, and that's one thing, men, please, we can't say this and stress this enough.
We can't go.
Please go.
Man.
I mean, I'm gonna put it like this. From my experience, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, I'm bullheaded, but I got 2 kids that still depend on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you should not want your kids to have to bury their dad because of the simple fact he was bullheaded.
Too selfish.
Too selfish to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
The doctors is very important, man. Regardless of what, hey, go.
And he's saying that because Dr. Coates, when he stood up, he said there's a probability of a 97% survival rate if you catch it early.
If you catch cancer, any cancer early, you have a better opportunity to live a longer life as normal as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to attack it or it'll attack you.
Right.
You know
Catch
what
it
I'm
before
saying?
you feel it,
Yeah.
before you feel
yes,
stuff
you do.
happening.
I always tell people, don't try to win the war, just fight the battle.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Preach that.
Don't fight the battle because when the war is over, you're going to see God.
Yes.
So you won.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to fight that battle, though. You can't just stand by and let that cancer beat you out.
And see, one of the biggest things I got from Dr. Coates is what you did at a younger age.
Yes. Yeah.
So, you know, you party, you drank, you smoked, you some herbal acid, you didn't sleep.
Yeah, right.
Didn't eat right.
Didn't eat right. I mean, I can tell you firsthand, it's been many nights I went out when I was younger during the week.
Yeah.
And be at work at 6 o'clock
we
in the morning.
Like it's
We all
nothing.
did that.
Yeah,
We all did that.
I fell asleep in the parking lot for 2 hours.
And that was plenty.
And it was plenty of move. And guess what? I'm doing it again
Did
the
it
next
again
night.
Wednesday. Yep.
Yeah, so, you know,
So
hey,
funny.
I understand that, you know, my body go through some changes. And like I said, what I went through, I'm going to put it like this, and I said this before, when I had to walk into the cancer center.
Yeah. Right.
Just the thought process, I'm looking at the word Parkview Cancer
Institute.
Center.
Yep.
Just the thought I had to look up those words to go get tested.
Yeah.
Because the simple fact I had some things going on with me. And it is more than just going to get it done. It's a whole mind-changing situation. Because you walking in and like, wow, what is this doctor going to tell me after you run all these tests?
I'd just like to say, too, I want to make sure I say it right, is that people don't understand. I want to scare everybody, but we all have some type of cancer in our system already.
Right.
It just that's something that triggers
Brings
it to
it
make
out.
it to make it come out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's why our body. That's why they have to give you antibiotics to help certain to fight certain viruses because our body fights off viruses.
Right.
But then when your immune system breaks down, sometimes other viruses are able to grow out.
And when you say that, because I didn't know this, well, I knew this, but it's one of those things you learn in high school biology.
Yeah.
But it passes you by your cholesterol because your cells
Yeah.
are made of cholesterol. When
Yeah.
that starts to fade away,
Yeah.
that's when a lot of things begin to set in. So
Yeah.
that's why you got
Even
to
what Dr. Cole said.
Yeah.
We what our body made of.
right cholesterol.
You know what were we talking
He said
about?
he broke it down like this. It's like having a small ball that's put together, and then you roll it down a bumpy street,
Right.
and it breaks it down. And while the ball is breaking down, the ball is picking up stuff from the ground
Yeah.
With it.
Yeah.
with it. So
It grows.
Yeah, it grows. So you, in between the spaces that is breaking up, it's stuff that's falling in there that's causing your sickness.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I did a lot of research when I was going through my little situation. If we change your diet first and foremost, and people don't understand, a lot of fruits, vegetables, prevents so much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seaweed.
Yeah, seaweed. I mean, it's natural ways that you can actually prevent from catching all these different diseases by eating healthy. You know, me, I'm a chicken eater. I know I ain't supposed to eat a lot of it, but hey, you know, and a lot of people eat a lot of beef. Your body can't process that.
How much seaweed are we talking though?
Seaweed is a superfood.
Yeah, it's a superfood.
Yeah.
You take 2 shots a day.
Seaweed and kale,
Yeah.
superfoods. Yeah. But you know, Mr. Ayers, and I'm gonna commend you because tell us the next date for it's the second Wednesday of
It's the
October.
second Wednesday of October, if I'm correct. It's October 13th at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And they can also go on Facebook and they can go on Zoom too.
Yeah.
So we provide the Zoom information as well. But I want them in the room.
Want them in the room.
Yeah.
Want them in
Right,
the room.
right, absolutely. So you've had a lot going on. First of
Yes.
all, you
Yeah.
tired?
Yeah, I'm very tired.
You're tired? You're feeling it?
I'm very tired. I just woke up. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
So, with that being said, you often, put on these events for the community, valuable events, whether it be resources or whether it be things for the kids for school or entertainment or whatever. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So, you had a pretty awesome event yesterday.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to let you tell us what the name of that event was and what it was. I know I saw some videos. I saw people taking photos. Tell us about that. What went on yesterday?
That's the first annual close and cuts. What that particularly does is a young man came to me and asked me, "Hey Joe, man, I want to give back to the community." He's a barber, young guy. And I said, okay, man. I said, let's do this. And I said, now you got to be careful what you ask for because I go full out, you know. And
You do.
And, yeah. And so he said, okay. So and he started his own nonprofit. So I'm kind of taking it up under my wings to show him how to do it so he can be successful. And it's called Defining Purpose Incorporated. But anyway, he's a barber. So then I thought about it. I said, let's give some clothes away and give some haircuts away to the community and for veterans, you know, and for homeless men and for the community. You know, and so we decided to go ahead and do this. And what the event was about, I got 5 barbers. I had 10, 5 only showed up, of barbers to come out and cut the community hair.
Okay.
And see, I thought about it, I did it on Monday because they shut down on the Monday.
Right. Most of them are closed.
Yeah, most of them are
Yeah.
shut down on Mondays. So that gives them the opportunity. Because a lot of barbers do want to give back.
Sure.
But weekends is their busiest days.
Absolutely.
You know, so, and then with the clothes, it's Pie's Clothing Closet, which I named after my mom, where I collect clothes all year round from families in the community. And then we give it back to people that are in need of clothes, you know. And we have food, too, free hot dogs and stuff for the community.
Can you repeat the name? What did you say was named after your mom?
Pie's Clothing Closet.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. You know, and with that event yesterday, and it was a great event, and and I like how you didn't harp on who wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us don't do things if, you know, people don't show up. And I've seen you do things for thousands of people. You've done things for hundreds of people. You've done things for tens of people.
Yeah.
And that shows the character of you.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to commend you because I don't know how many you had. I saw a few out there yesterday, but you made sure everybody, and that's something that you do. You make sure everybody that comes there gets service and feel like somebody.
Yeah.
You know, so I want to commend you on that. And again, you do so much. Now, you said there's a special need of clothing you need.
Yeah.
What is that special need of clothing you need?
Well, the special need of clothing basically is that the kids' clothes and the baby clothes and men's clothes. I get a huge amount of women clothes. The women, they don't want to wear high heels no more. You know what I'm saying? They lose weight, they gain weight. You know, men, we tend to hold on to our clothes.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
I'm guilty of that.
Me too. I start to come up to here.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you know, so men, it's kind of hard and difficult, especially full-figure men and tall guys. You know, it's kind of hard. But what I really love about it is that people are really appreciative when you give them things, man, and you don't judge them,
Right?
You know, and you give them with open arms, and you make them feel comfortable coming to get the stuff. You know, I learned that from Miss Virginia.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, she used to do that.
Oh man, all the time.
Yeah, I learned
we had to school Jill on Miss Virginia.
Well, because somebody had told me about Miss Virginia, so I came in here and asked because I didn't grow up here.
Yeah.
So I asked them, and as soon as I said that, they knew exactly who I was talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
but that's a good thing. And like I said, you make people feel like they're people because, you know, there's a lot of time there's shame in asking, and then there's a lot of time in shame in receiving things, you know, for free. And don't look at them as hand-me-downs. Look at them as a, you know,
I
a
call them
secondary.
hand-me-ups.
Exactly.
Hand me up.
I call them
Exactly.
hand-me-ups because we want to uplift your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I try to tell people, if you experience homelessness or you experience not having, especially coming up in the 60s,
Right.
we didn't have Section 8. We didn't have
Right.
housing authority. We had to go to them centers and get that cheese and that raisin.
Right.
So you understand of not having. You know, and my mother always taught me, Joe, you always want to treat people like you want to be treated because it could be you one day.
Absolutely.
Right. That's absolutely
You know,
true.
it could be you at any given time.
Right.
You know, and when you dealing with people, there's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's son,
Yes.
that's somebody's mom. That could be your sister, that could be your brother. So you want to treat them with love.
I agree. We're all one decision or one paycheck away from homelessness or jail
One millimeter of a
or
second
anything.
can change your life.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then, and he said, you know, not only we're too judgmental on the outside. We see a homeless person, we want to say what they did to have gotten
Did that, yeah.
and not a lot of us know their stories. You know, there's successful people that end up homeless.
For sure.
You know,
With degrees, master's degrees.
Yeah, we don't know, but we as a people and as a community, we got to get past, you know, and that's why I love about you. No matter the color, no matter the gender, no matter the age, no matter what, you're out there helping people. And you see the people and you don't see nothing else.
Nothing else.
I think we need to get to that point as a society.
As a whole.
And what really happens is that you become their friend. You know, they
yes.
call me by first name now
Yes.
because they know they hear it on the radio, and I take that with good love and understanding because I made new friends.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know I might not see them again until the next time I give away clothes, but when they, hey Joe, how you doing, Mr. Joe? Matter of fact,
Yeah.
one lady was at the event yesterday, and she said, Joe, I got this event from your last clothing event.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that got to fill you
Man,
up
come
with
on,
something,
man.
don't it?
Man, just my heart, man. I just had to stood there and I just looked and I just like, wow, God, look at God, man. And she was happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and proud.
yeah.
And proud
And wore it.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know.
And I think a lot of times that's why we do things. You know, it made me think of one of my favorite words, which is altruism.
Yeah.
Or, you know, altruistic. And you know, that's obviously doing something for somebody expecting absolutely nothing in return.
Right.
And that is what you do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you are an altruistic
I just love
soul.
doing it.
Yeah, it does. It fills us up, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of the times. So, Joe, what do you have coming up other than the men's? Are you planning anything else that's
Yeah, well, I plan on doing another clothing event because I got 3 storage rooms full of clothes. I got to give it to
Okay.
people. You know, so I'm going to do another event at Miss Virginia's. I usually do 1 or 2 there. Do it on Tuesday and Wednesday. I plan on doing it the second weekend in October. You know, when the people come and get their food, they usually go get their food, put their food in the car, and then come shopping.
Gotcha?
What's Miss Virginia's address?
I have the slightest idea.
I know it's on Hannah, right before it gets
it's
to the
right on
Legion.
Hannah and is it Hugh?
Lewis, you.
Douglas. Is it Douglas?
I think it's Douglas.
Yeah, right on the corner of Hannah and Douglas.
Hannah and Douglas,
Yeah, right there on Hannah and Douglas.
Yes, yes.
You know, they get food there from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock every Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, and Miss Virginia was a staple in the community, and maybe we're gonna have a Joe Ayers Center or something.
Okay. I'm hoping
I
that's my goal.
know.
You know. That's my goal. That's my goal, to get a building.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I need a building, man. Just going from place, I do a lot of pop, which I love to do, but it's a lot of work.
Right.
But I want to do something to where people could come in, like Miss Virginia, come on once or twice a week and get them some clothes for free.
Oh,
That's my goal.
there you go. It's gonna happen.
I'm looking.
gonna speak it into existence.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. Hey, anybody out there that want to help and invest in, hey, I'm going to tell you, an investment in Joe Ayers will be an investment in the people in the community. So if you got it and you want to you need a tax write-off, call Joe Ayers.
Give me a call.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
And when you say, you can see all of you in everything you do. There's nothing that you leave untouched or
unscathed.
Yeah, or undone.
Yeah.
You make sure it's done correctly.
Yeah, well, I told a young lady today, you know, I was talking to her, I said, look, our fathers, you know, they are all the strength of our family, but it's our mom. You know, our mom really teaches a lot of dynamics in our life.
Right.
Yes.
How we become, we don't know that they really grooming us for adulthood.
Right.
But a lot of times it's really your mom setting those standards.
Yeah.
You know, and I love my mom, and she really allow us to go through things we didn't even understand what we was going through at a young age, but to make me and my brother realize how giving back is so important.
Yeah, you do. You realize so much, like after you have children or after you grow up and have a career or you're following your dreams, you know, that's when you look back and you're like, all of that was preparing me and I had no idea.
Yeah, because, you know, like when kids don't have good Christmases, you know, they see everybody else having toys. Right. They come to school and talk about the gifts they got for Christmas. Then you got kids that, you know, that their family can't afford it.
Right.
Now they're not working or nothing like that. They just can't afford it. You know, that does something to your kid's spirit.
Yeah.
You know, but then as you're growing up, a kid learns to appreciate what they have.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. So, Joe, I want to thank you for being with us once again.
I love it.
I want to encourage everyone to watch the show tomorrow as it deals with men specifically.
Okay.
But before you get out of here, Joe, Jill and Joe, tell people how they can help you, where they can find you, where they can donate. Give them all your information, where they can get to you.
Okay, you can call me at 260-348-6080 at any given time of night. You can also hit me up on Facebook. Joseph Ayers. I got my mother pictures on there. I got a shoe shine business too. So
look at you.
You know, I got my mom picture on there, you know, for my shoe shine business, which is called Pie Shoe Shine and Repair. You can hit me up on Facebook. Give me a call any given time. You know, if you got clothes you want to donate, give me a call. Hit me up on Facebook. I'll give you my address. Sometimes I wake up, I got clothes on my porch in my truck. You can just drop it off. I don't care, as long as it ain't raining. You know, but you can call me, and I do need that financial help so I can do more things in the community. So that's basically the information there.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you,
Thank you,
Joe.
thank you all for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a pleasure.
You know we're going to have you back because you're always busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, tired or not, you're
tired
here.
or not, but you know we work as a team. You know, I love what y'all do on your podcast because it really reaches out to. When I seen y'all did the colon thing the other day, I thought that was really great.
Yeah.
You know, because to give people understanding, men and women, that one of your colon tests and making sure that everything is correct. Because that's where they find out a lot of your diseases at through your colon.
Yeah, they called me right out. So
Yeah, that's great.
cancer cannot cripple love. It cannot shatter hope. It cannot conquer the spirit. You can be a victim of any situation, or in the case tonight, in many cases, you can be a survivor. It's all in your mindset. And as we always say before we end the show,
Always protect your mind.